In 2023, the Cavs drafted guard/forward Emoni Bates in the second round with the 49th pick of the draft. He's most known for being one of the best high school prospects, also being called Mini KD. He also was the first sophomore to ever win the Gatorade Player of the Year award. Emoni reclassified and graduated a year early, and he was originally committed to Michigan State, but then he went to Memphis. He played his first game there at the age of 17, and he was the youngest player in college basketball at that time. At Memphis, he had a letdown of his season, only averaging 9.7 points, shooting 38% from the field and only 33% from the three-point line. Although during that season, he was dealing with a lower back injury. After his freshman year, he transferred to Eastern Michigan and he averaged 19 points, but still wasn't very efficient from the field or from three-point range. That same year, Emoni also dealt with off-the-court issues where he was charged with 2 felonies, 1 carrying a concealed weapon and 2 altering ID marks. These charges were later dismissed, but it did hurt his draft stock significantly. That's why the Cavs were able to get him in the second round. He went from being one of the top NBA prospects to not even being on anyone's mock drafts. Last year, during his rookie season, he spent most of his time in the G League, where he averaged almost 20 points per game, but was not very efficient from the field, only shooting 38% from the field and 34.6% from long range. This year again, he's spending his NBA season as a two-way, and he is averaging 18 points, shooting 38% from the field and 33% from three. This past preseason, he suffered a knee injury where he had to get surgery, which I think really set back his development process. But he still is the main source of offense on the G League team, and that is why he's taking such a high volume of shots. That's kind of why his numbers look terrible, because he's taking 10 plus threes a game. Growing up, he was so good at scoring where he didn't really have to develop any other part of his game. He's a below average defender and his playmaking wasn't the greatest. But this past summer league, he showed his playmaking skills. And in the past few G League games, he's been getting like 5-6 assists a game. Now to the main question of the video. Do I think Emoni Bates has a future with the Cleveland Cavaliers? In my opinion, I'm a little bit biased because I see so much upside in him. I think he could be a very good rotational player for them. I think he could be like a better Sam Merrill. His shot really reminds me of Sam Merrill because of how quick their releases are. And Emoni's just a bigger body. He also has that same ability to stretch the court. I think if you develop him correctly and give him the confidence that he needs, he'll be a very good role player for at least one team in the NBA. Just the Cavs right now have so much depth and young talent on the team. It's hard for the young guys to get really any meaningful minutes, even in regular season games. But to get any meaningful minutes on the Cavs team, Emoni has to change his game. He can't be that primary scorer, and they're not always going to run offense for him. He's going to have to be able to move off the ball and be way more efficient from the field and from the three-point line. Emoni Bates is a young player who has a ton of upside. He's only 21. He's going to be able to develop. Like, look at Evan Mobley. He is 24 and he's still getting better each game. The Cavs just need to develop him right, give him the confidence that he needs, and put him in a good system. I think he fits Kenny's system very well, but he's going to have to work on his weak parts of his game. So I think and I hope that Emoni Bates will have a future with the Cavs, but if not, I do believe he'll be a impactful role player for another team. And that's all. Sorry this video was all over the place, but I'm going to try to be more consistent on YouTube. Maybe post longer and more in-depth recap videos, but especially for the postseason, I'll try to make some longer videos. Thank you for watching. Follow my TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Everything is in the description.